'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the land, the place I wanted to be, a place called Japan.
Oh no.
But here I am, on American soil, every minute of stress, and so much work to toil. I lay on my futon, blasting J-pop through my head, when all of a sudden, my batteries went dead. I stayed in bed, in silence and fright, no music to play, and it's only Christmas night. Then a loud sound came up from the rooftop. I jumped out of bed, and across the room I hopped. It looked as though I was dancing to a DDR selection, till I tripped over my Gundam collection. I looked to the window, and my eyes laid upon a giant red sleigh, and 8 Pokemon?
Oh no.
I looked even further, and saw the big guy struggling down my chimney, as I thought he was gonna cry. He managed to get through, but then I heard a crack. My resin busts? Oh dear God, not that! He continued on, putting gifts by the tree, while I hoped that one was the one that I dream.
What?
The gift giving lasted 10 minutes more, as I thought that Santa would leave through the back door. But he shimmied his way back up the smokestack, looking as though he was breaking his back. He hopped into his sleigh and called the monsters by their nickname. On Shinji, on Toji, on Asuka, on Rei. He said 3 more, but it was all in a mumble.
I thought they were Pokemon.
The 8th name was Botch, when I heard someone gumble. The name is Butch, the froggy voice stated. How can you not know? It's not complicated. Santa shrugged and took off in his sleigh. Merry Christmas to all, and happy holidays. As soon as he left, I ran down the stairs, almost tripping twice on the way there. I looked to the tree, and what could I find but eye candy to the otaku mind? Wall scrolls, Kenshin sword, and a Pump It Up set.
What's a Pump It Up set? Do I want to know?
I don't know. And of course, my very own Veritech. The gifts did not stop there. I leapt to the hanging red socks without a care. I dug inside to see what Santa gave to me, but a giant pair of eyebrows, the color of seaweed. The gift sorting lasted till I got sick, passing out while I was playing Mobius Strip. That doesn't rhyme.
No, it doesn't. Did you not write this?
By the dawn of Christmas Day, I wrote to Santa saying, "Hey, thanks for the gifts, but I do conspire. Why you had to put Minchie over the fire. I don't complain about the presents I have. Thanks to you, I'm really glad. But Santa," I continued, "there's one gift that you missed. I've been nagging you for it, but now I'm just pissed. So I ask one more time, because I know that you're rich. Where's my TM Revolution concert, you son of a..." Put your presents away and your reindeer in the full upright position, because this is the Flight Plan, the official podcast of Anime Santa Claus, North Pole's #1 present rapping, jingle bells ringing, Yuletide, Christmas scanlation podcast. Join the Santa crew, Tom and Aiden, as we eat your Pocky and milk, stock your stuffings, and spread Christmas cheer. What are we talking about today, Tom?
Well, if it weren't immediately obvious, we're talking about everyone's favorite Halloween holiday. Oh my god, I'm excited.
Spooktober.
We're talking about everyone's favorite holiday, Halloween, and Spooktober.
So that beautiful Christmas eulogy is called the Otaku's Night Before Christmas by TR Fanatic. Now, what year do you think this was published?
Okay, this is old. 2011.
Oh man, nope. You're thinking too recent.
Okay, 2007.
2005.
Woo! Was the internet around back then?
That's like when the internet, yeah, that's like the first days of the internet. I saw this and I thought some of the lines were just very fantastic, so I wanted to read it.
Yeah, some of them were pretty antiquated though, like Gundam collection. Nowadays it would be like a figurine collection.
Well, he talked about his figurines for a little bit. He said
his busts.
Yeah, my resin busts.
Yeah.
So he's talking about his plastic there.
But to me, a bust is like, it's like the head and like the torso statues.
I don't know. He said one of the reindeer's name was Butch. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to be. What I'm thinking is my first thing, and I don't know why, was the Animal Crossing villager Butch, because it said the froggy voice.
Oh.
But I don't know that that doesn't make sense because that's not really otaku. That's video game.
Well, it kind of is. Yeah. I was thinking Butch and Cassidy from Pokemon, but I don't think that was their Japanese name.
And then TM Revolution, like that's an old school.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, TM Revolution is a Japanese like singer songwriter type dude. That's like from the early 90s, late 80s. Let me put it that way. That's way old.
Yeah, I thought originally that you had written it until I started to hear the references that I didn't get.
That was it too.
So I laughed at the big guy part because I thought that was like an in joke. Nope.
Well, I saw that and I was like, that's fantastic. Like that was my first experience to it too. So I said it was excellent. I wanted to write one of my own, but realistically, it's incredibly hard to do. Like I tried last night and I got like to the first section of it and I was like, oh geez, like what rhymes with this? It was pretty hard. So I have respect for this guy, even though it's kind of silly. It definitely took a lot of work.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. And I'm glad I didn't do it.
He said, author's note, I made this parody poem over winter break because I didn't want to go outside and play in the snow. Yes, I am weird.
XD.
That's like the type of XD spork, that I love from 2005 because it wasn't cringe yet. That was like still breaking edge content. Like that was the first.
But it is now. It's cringe now.
Yeah, well, it's a classic. Like it's
classic cringe.
I don't know if it's cringe. If like you're the first person to wear a fedora, it's not cringe because
it is
cool.
though. No. Because do you mean first person like from like we're talking like 20s or whenever, or the first loser to wear a fedora?
The first person to come up with a fedora, even though they were lame themselves. The idea of because like fedoras look cool and they were popular, and to bring back that trend was neat. And the first person who did it was probably pretty cool. They were a trendsetter, even though their intentions were probably spurgy.
I could see that, how the lumberjack style was almost cool for a little bit when the hipsters brought it back.
Yeah, that's very similar.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But if he wasn't a loser, then he quickly became one, I will say.
Yes, well, I think he was, but he just had one thing of fat. Who knows?
Yeah. What are we talking about again? We have top of the show stuff, right?
We got all the gift wishes from our passengers, and we collected them all up, and their gift Christmas wishes were to have their comments read out loud on the podcast. So we're going to talk about last week our episode was Talking Tsunderes, you baka, and everybody seemed to love that. I commented on the video when I first put it out saying, since we're
our number one commenter, you.
Exactly. Since we're seemingly on an 8-day release schedule, we'll soon get back to the original Sunday release.
No, you can't say that. You've jinxed us. Like, every time I say something like, oh, I'll get the chapter out at this date, it's always a month later.
Well, I mean, if you look at it this way, it has been like 8 or 9 days release, sometimes 7, but, we'll see. We'll get one out every 10 days. I think that's a good little bit. 4 a month. 4 a month is how much you could pay on the Patreon. How's that? We had our buddy FF say, my face win, no taiga, waifu. And I said, same fam. Yep, she is quality. We had Luffy Dexter comment on the isekai video. He said, finally, this is how every isekai starts, which is our manga minute talking about Truck Salma.
Right, yeah, that's a cool manga, or manhwa, or it was like Taiwanese, right?
Yeah, it was one of the weirder Asian places.
Not one of the big three.
Correct. I'd like to go back and reread it, see if there's any more chapters, because that was pretty fascinating. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I liked it. It had a lot of interesting world building.
To him, I commented, I need to read more of the backstory. It explains so much. We also had Alice Croquette, who said, "De hack," which is on the video. Which is on the video. Did we get Chio-chan canceled?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
They just found out that Chio-chan got canceled, so It's sad news and press F, which is
Yeah.
I don't like ending it on a sad note, but that is all of our comments for this week.
Cool. Well, I've got a corrections corner type thing. And this goes back to, I believe it was the last episode, when you brought up Kaze no Stigma, and which is a manga, anime, light novel, whatever. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter. We were wondering what stigma refers to. And I believe it was me who posited it's stigmata.
Oh, you're going to do me like this?
Okay, so you said that. And actually...
Let the record show that I'm a genius.
Oh, or we agree, yeah. So it is stigmata, but they pronounce it stigma. I don't know why. The end.
Interesting.
Now we know.
Is that the kanji for stigmata, actually?
Yeah, it is. Seikon is the word, which I did not know, obviously, because I don't know what stigmata is in English, so my dictionary informed me. Based on the kanji, it looks like it's a holy wound or something, or like a holy scar kind of thing.
From the crucifixion.
Quite likely, yeah.
Of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Or there's a guy in Uncharted 4, I think, or 3. That's where I heard the word recently, because I was watching a video on the Uncharted series. A retrospective, if you will.
I will, yes.
Yeah, so that's that. I think that's it for top of the show stuff.
Excellent. Well, let's give a little bit of context. We're recording this Christmas Eve, and we're both sitting around and we're thinking, what gift can we give to all of our friends and passengers that have decided to hang out with us these past couple months, and what would they want more than another episode?
I know the perfect gift to not give, and that's a chapter of manga. Oh,
is this your way of confessing that you have been slacking in your translation duties?
Yeah, I guess so. Yep. I was hoping to get 2 chapters out during this Christmas break, but seeing as how Christmas is tomorrow, and I haven't gotten one of those 2 chapters out yet, it's not looking so good. I'll need a real Christmas miracle.
Well, you don't go back to high school till after the new year, right?
I never go back to high school because I'm not legally allowed to.
not after the incident.
No, I don't know. I feel like you would get arrested if you're just a random person walking into a high school. That probably is illegal somehow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So, Tom, what is Christmas like in Japan?
I don't know. I was hoping you would tell me.
Each December, Christmas is celebrated by people in countries all over the world, all over the flat earth, and Japan is no exception. A lot of the Christmas customs that we see over here in the States and all the Western countries are also in Japan, but they're like reimagined in a way they're reimagined in different ways. So they're all anime style.
They have like Santa has anime eyes and red hair or something, or blue or green.
And all the elves are like anime girls with big boobs. Yeah, so like some of them are like tall and have big boobs, and then the other half are lolis. That's how it works.
Well, I mean, there's an elf for every type, like everyone has their own.
That's what I want for Christmas. I'm gonna write my letter to that. I want a little elf GF.
Well, you have to use Google Translate to write it to Japanese Santa.
But Japan is also kind of interesting. If you've seen any of the animes, the mangas, where it takes place in real life, where they're in Japan during Christmas, you can see that they have kind of their own traditions and things too. So while it's a Christian holiday, in Japan, it's like an atheist thing. They just saw all of us doing it, and they're like,
"Oh, it is here too."
Now it is. But it was never Christian to them. It never really had that tone. It's more like everybody saw us having a great time in December, and they're like, well, that basically all the other religions also did the same thing. You could talk about what's the black one?
Kwanzaa. Well, you could even say that
Kwanzaa and Hanukkah are both just made up things.
I mean, I've heard stuff that even Christmas is made up to, like, it was made to recruit pagans into Christianity because they had their own winter solstice festival. I don't know.
That's very true. There is a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, there's a lot of lot of weird history to Christmas that I really don't know well enough to talk on.
The reason the pagans had picked that particular day is because it was in the middle of the winter, or like a good part in winter, so it would allow you to get your spirits up.
Well, the solstice is the 21st, I think.
Yes, but it's only lightly related to that. It was supposed to be because everybody would be depressed going into winter because people would die. I mean, this is way a long time ago and things like that. So they wanted something to brighten your spirits, something to look forward to. So that's kind of why there's a big emphasis on Christmas is the happiest time of year.
Or you might even say it's the most wonderful time of the year, if you were so inclined.
The most wonderful time of the year.
It's in Japan, it's only wonderful, as I understand it, if you have a GF.
In Japan, it's a holiday for lovers. It's
like Virginia,
get with their family. See, most people won't get that, but that's the state slogan.
Everyone gets that. It's made famous in some rap song where some dudes from Virginia.
Oh, I don't listen to that hippity hop music.
I don't listen to that music. The hippity hops.
So the whole thing is like planning a romantic date and like a dinner. Is it Christmas Eve that they do it or Christmas Day?
I don't know. It's both, maybe. I mean, they eat food on both days, so.
Now, do they have any special food traditions?
Yeah, so they eat. It's not even funny. I was going to say Christmas cake. That's not funny. Yeah, don't they do KFC?
Yes. I forget why they started it.
Well, it's obvious. They imported Christmas around the same time that they imported KFC. And Colonel Sanders looks a lot like Santa Claus. He's, a rotund, somewhat jovial white man with a white beard. And they kind of got the two confused.
I think that probably has a lot of
truth to it. Yeah,
truth to it. Like that's certainly not something that I would write on the on your test as an answer if you were getting graded on it. But like all the KFCs there like sell out. Like you pre-order your food.
Do you really?
Like if you were going to a really fancy, yeah. They take pre-orders of buckets. You pre-order your bucket of fried chicken. It's crazy.
Wow, you pre-order fried chicken.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't get it from KFC, you go to like the convenience store or the supermarket.
Wow.
And that's what they do on Christmas Eve.
That's a Christmas Eve thing, not Christmas Day?
Yes, Christmas Eve.
Ah, shoot. So I was thinking tomorrow I might go get some some KFC for Christmas, but if it's Christmas Eve, then I've failed. That's today.
What's so crazy about it is like it's not a thing that just people do. It's like the thing that most people do.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it to me. And the Hebrews also have a similar thing where they eat Chinese food on Christmas because everything else is closed except for KFC. The Chinese.
What do the Chinese eat?
Cats.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. We love our Chinese.
I swear, I might have told this story, at least to you, but I don't know on the podcast or not. I was on a bus ride from the Seoul airport to some backwards, tiny Korean city, middle of nowhere.
Pyongyang.
And I swear I saw like a factory that said K meat, and the word K was like, the Korean word. And I'm pretty sure that means dog. I might have made up this whole thing, but I swear in my mind it was real.
It's real in your head.
Yeah. So that's what the Koreans eat on Christmas, I imagine. K-meat.
So all the winter lights that we get in the United States they like really lean into that in Japan. It's not even necessarily related to Christmas. But each winter season, the cities in Japan are like full of lights and displays, and they make the pyramid shaped things that are supposed to symbolize trees with all the lights.
Trees? Hold on, what do you mean they make pyramid shaped things?
The way that a lot of big cities and things wrap the giant trees is that they just wrap it like it's like a chicken wire just cone. It's basically like a cone or pyramid. Yeah.
Oh, and then they put it on a tree?
Mm-hmm.
That's so smart.
We actually went to Iceland one time, and they had projectors on the buildings that showed Santa Claus like going from the apartment buildings.
I think it was Krampus.
Yeah, well, they have a slightly different
No, it's Sinterklaas. That's what it is.
So yeah, Iceland actually does have its own special Santa Claus. That's more. It looks more like a demon goblin dude.
I think one of those countries has like a black Santa Claus, and I saw like a news report of somebody going around interviewing the locals saying, "Isn't this racist?"
That's America now.
No.
So they don't do the Christmas trees. It's not very common in Japan, probably because they don't have like pine trees there. I'm just guessing that. But what they do, they have like other trees as well that they decorate. I'm sure they do like a cherry blossom. They wrap those in lights. I think that would be cool.
Maybe, but they're all dead, I imagine, in the wintertime. Cherry blossoms.
Probably, but you could still wrap the trees. Like I've seen a cherry blossom before that was wrapped in full pink lights.
Oh, cool.
And that looks pretty neat.
Nice.
I don't know if they do the cookies and milk.
I've never seen it.
Santa Claus definitely does come in Japan. Like all the children around the world, the Japanese kids also can look forward to beautiful presents from Santa Claus. Couples also exchange presents for Christmas, obviously, but generally speaking, all the gift giving plays a really smaller role than it does over here in America in the West.
That's a shame. It's the best part.
This is a fun little twist on the lore in Japan. Over here, Santa comes in the homes by climbing down the chimneys, which is obviously, you can't do that in a nation where most homes don't have chimneys. If you ask any Japanese child, however, they'll give you an interesting take. Santa's typically seen as some kind of magical ghost that appears, like just materializes with presents into your house. So he doesn't have to like break in. He just kind of like picturing like Star Trek.
Is he a yokai?
I'm gonna yokai watch him give me presents.
Yeah. Oh, I bet a lot of his presents are yokai watch related.
I unironically want that new Switch one. Is that out yet?
I don't know. The one that looks like Ni no Kuni?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only seen the trailer. That's all I know about it.
Well, since it is a holiday for lovers, you're going to want to make sure that you get one for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And if you don't get one...
Get a lover?
Yeah.
Like for Christmas or like as in like that's a Christmas present, or you get one for the purpose of fully enjoying Christmas?
I would take any. I would take either of those, yes. But if you don't get one, you might be Christmas cake. Oh,
yeah, I see.
That's more of a joke. But what they do have is the actual Japanese Christmas cakes. And this is that standard cake that you see. In America, I think it's chocolate cake that everybody has. That's the standard stuff. But in Japan, anytime in an anime, even when it's not Christmas, you're going to be seeing this cake. You're going to see it's got white icing, vanilla center, and it's got like a strawberry on top.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to eat Mugi's strawberry, and she's going to be sad, or whoever it was in K-On!
Yeah. Pretty much any anime, I bet, does that scene. Is that a Christmas related cake, though, to your knowledge? Because I don't think it is. I think it's just like an anime cake.
Yeah, well, yeah, the special one is I have it here, Kurimasu Kiki
Christmas
Kikai. And it's yeah.
That's what you tried to say.
Kurimasu Kiki. It's a sponge cake, like a angel food type thing that's mixed with strawberry shortcake. So it's exactly that. So that is the Christmas variety cake. So Japan's love affair with Christmas cake like goes all the way back to like the 1920s. I think it was a cake manufacturer who marketed the cakes with a straightforward tagline, "Let's eat cake on Christmas."
No.
Yeah, that's like the "just do it" or like.
No, that's worse than that. That's like just wear our shoes and run.
Or like got milk.
Okay, yeah. It's pretty much got milk, you're right.
Or got apples. How do you say that in Japanese? Kurimasu ni keke o tabermasho? Something like that.
Checks out. That sounds good. I mean, you got it right. I don't speak Japanese. No, I don't speak Japanese. I'm too shy.
It's unironically important that people remember that you can actually speak Japanese, so they're...
I don't think it is. I mean, they might forget because I haven't put out a chapter in like a week or two, but
because you've been slacking so much. Well, I've been getting messages.
No, you don't.
They're like, "Hey, can Tom really speak Japanese, or is he just like he's Google translating it? That's why he takes so long."
You don't get those messages. No, I'm too embarrassed to speak Japanese because of all the cringy weeaboos throughout the world who are like, they know 3 words and then they think they're fluent. can't do it. I'm too shy. I'll say Nani because that's like a meme. That's an American meme at this point.
Nani?
Well. All right, so I mean that's a nice little nice overview of Christmas in Japan. But let me flip this a little bit. Let's talk about Christmas in America as it relates to Japan. Now, if you're anything like me, though, you might not have a whole lot to say. But I'm curious. Like, have you ever gotten anything anime related for Christmas? Because I don't think I really have.
Ooh. I'm sure I have. Pokemon.
I guess that counts, but it's not a weeaboo thing. Pokemon is like a cultural entity unto itself.
Well, Pokemon is a worldwide phenomenon, yeah. But that does count.
Yeah, it's like the #1 top grossing media franchise.
How about what about an anime styled video game like Tales of Symphonia?
See, that's the only thing I think I've ever gotten anime related. Like, I remember getting really embarrassed one year. On my list was Disgaea, that tactics game.
Yeah, and it's got Etna on the cover, so it's like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, and I was really embarrassed, and I didn't think it through until I unwrapped it, and I was like, oh, somebody had to go to the store
and buy that.
Look at this, and then buy it, and ugh. And I think that was the last time I ever asked for any anime game.
So instead, now you just buy it secretly with a fake ID.
Yeah. No, I don't play games anymore. I'm an adult. When I became an adult, I put behind me all my childish toys
and picked up childish books
and picked up adult toys. Go to jlist.com/theflightplan.
You can get 15% off your own holes.
Yeah. And then
they're having a special on succubus parentheses male and lowly traps.
And what was the other one?
Lowly traps.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's great. So go buy those, and then it's the season of giving, so don't forget to give back to your favorite anime podcast.
Send us some. If you do want to buy Christmas gifts, be sure to do it in the link in the description, because that helps us out.
Oh, I forgot we had that. Yeah, I still don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, it's nothing. It's half a meme. I mean, it does work, but it's still a meme.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, we don't have that many subscribers anyway. We only have 42,000, so we're working with.
Shoot.
Yeah.
How many PewDiePies is that? Is that 0.1 PewDiePie?
Something like that. He's up to 70 million, 70 plus.
Wow.
It's completely ridiculous. And he got 10 million in the past month.
There aren't even that many people on Earth.
I know, right? There's that many in India, apparently.
Yeah, well, for T-Series at least. What if everybody who's subscribed to both, or everyone who is subscribed to one is also subscribed to the other one? It's all the same people.
Interesting.
Think about it.
It's all the same bots. That's a hot take.
Like war. You know how radio shows will fake go to war with each other? Cause beefs?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And in that vein, we're calling you out, insert podcast the name here. Just kidding. We're not friends with anyone, so we can't have fake beefs.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you guys know of any other podcasters of anime related, hey, go to Digibro, go to Giguck and say, hey, you need to talk to the Flight Plan crew.
Hey, you guys are losers. Unlike these two fine, upstanding gentlemen. That's what you should
Exactly.
Say, I bet you don't even read manga. Alright, well, let me hard transition right now. So that's Christmas, but by the time that this video or podcast gets edited and uploaded, I think it might be New Year's.
It'll probably be 2020.
Yeah, so tell me about Japanese New Year's, because all I know is that they go to a temple, and it's called the Hatsumode, and that's it. That's all I know.
All right, so this is what happens on New Year's Day. What they get up and they go to a temple, and it's called Hatsumode.
That's what I just said.
Well, that's what I know.
Are you gonna edit that out when I said it?
No. That was the joke.
Oh, okay.
So they have they obviously go to whatever the traditional temple is, and those look nice. I've seen one in person, and you take off your shoes, and it's fun. But what they do is they go and they donate the little yen coins. They throw it into the big, it's like a grate where they just throw it in and it falls through the slots. And I think they pray, and then they ring a bell on the thing, and then it's supposed to be good luck. And then I don't know if this is this. I think it's at the temple, but then they get like an envelope that has their fortune in it for the year. Do you know anything about that?
I thought they wrote it. They wrote like their wishes or something on like those.
That's for Christmas. That's
Christmas?
one thing I don't
No,
think we
that's
talked
not
about.
Christmas.
Yeah, it's on a tree that they write their things on a list and then hang it on something.
I don't
isn't it?
know. It's the thing. It's whatever's hanging off of Jirachi, the Pokemon.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
in fact, I know that word from his Pokedex entry because I've read the Japanese Pokedex entries, but I don't remember what the word is.
Is it Tanabata?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tanabata.
The Star Festival?
Okay, so that's something completely. That's 7th of July, July 7th. So.
Oh yeah, so that must be part of like the New Year's. That's like around Chinese New Year. And
No, because they do New Year's on New Year's. I don't know. We're too unqualified to talk about that.
the Tanabata with that thing is the Star Festival, and it originated from the Chinese festival, the Quasi Festival, and I think that has to do with Chinese New Year because no, Chinese New Year's in February, isn't it?
Something like that. Yeah, just delete everything.
Yeah, so
said.
this is like the summer solstice. Nah, this is good. This is quality.
No, it was all trash.
Well, I mean, the whole episode's trash, so I don't know where you want to start.
No, there was some good stuff. Like anytime I was talking.
All right, what else we got?
That's pretty much it. That's how to be a Japanese person and enjoy the holiday seasons.
Hey, Tom, do you want to build a snowman?
Nope.
How about a snow waifu?
Oh, okay. Oh, shoot, yeah, dude. You got me back on board. You were losing me with your Disney's Snow Princess, but now I'm back on board.
This is the Manga Minute, and today we're talking about what Melt Away Misori-chan. Follow the antics of a snowman turned Yuki Onna, hellbent on destroying the sun with the help of a child named Himari and her aunt Koharu. So here we are. We open on the scene. It's like a remote village house. This little girl is going to visit her aunt, and she's like, Auntie, did you save it from last year or from the winter? And Auntie's like, yep, I kept it in the freezer right here. And apparently she had built a snowman that was saved by her auntie in the freezer. And they go to open it, and what kind of kooky mess is this? It's turned into a full-sized girl. Whoa.
What? Nice. I want to try that. I didn't even think to look it up until right now, and it's too late. But is that actually how Yuki Onnas are supposed to have been created? They're snow men, snow people that don't melt, and like they make it to the summer.
What was the Yuki Onna in that stop-motion famous Western cartoon? Do you know what I mean? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the puppets?
Oh, no, that was like the Frost Miser. There's no Yuki Onna in that.
The Abominable Snowman? No, that wasn't the Frost Miser. That was the Abominable Snowman, which was different. So he's like a Bigfoot, but in the snow. And I thought that's what a Yuki Onna was in Japanese.
No, it's a cute snow girl. That's what that is.
Oh.
It's just a girl who wears like white or light blue robes. Like they don't even look different. You know the manga where it's like I want to talk to monster girls?
Yes.
The teacher did?
Yeah.
One of the 3 girls was a Yuki Onna.
Yeah, but they're one of everything there. Like, I don't take anything that makes... Like, I'm not using them as a example because it's an anime. But Yuki Onna actually originates...
Well, we're talking about anime.
I know, but like in real life lore that they have, the anime equivalent is not the best example. Like, look at all the monster girls.
In the real life Yokai Watch lore,
yeah,
it's a Yuki Onna. That's the real question. It's like I told you, it's just a ghost that looks like a girl, but she's like kind of snow colored, and that's it. There's nothing to it, I guess. What's the manga about? Forget the lore. Let's talk about the real meat and potatoes.
Well, there was an adorable one where this traveler got lost in the woods, and it was snowing, and then he like passes out and he wakes up, and there's a Yuki Onna there to comfort him back. But to get back to the Christian themes,
comfort him, eh?
To get back to a PG,
enter the bone zone.
Yeah, enter the snow zone.
Nice.
Anyway, so our Yuki Onna pops out of the freezer and is like, hey, it's awesome. I finally did it. I'm finally alive in summer. I'm going to go enjoy the summer breeze, but takes a step outside. And you know what happens, Tom? When she steps outside, that sun just shines so brightly at her, and it just kind of ruins her day because it melts her right down.
Well, I contest that. At work, the parking spot that I always take got snowed in like 3 weeks ago, and it only snowed for a few days. And then that snow didn't melt for like another couple weeks. This is poor writing. This is a huge plot hole. Snow does not melt instantly.
This is the summer where the sun is like way harder. You throw that snowman in Florida heat, that'll knock it out.
Okay. Well, Florida's different from normal society. But I get your point.
So they go and have like fun little antics and things like that.
Well, I mean, there's like one where like try to. I think they go camping or something. Or no, they go for a hike to do a picnic. And then they like transport her inside a cooler, like one of those igloo coolers, whatever they are.
That's funny. That's cutesy.
It's a lot of kind of like stupid antics, slice of life. Like there's not much substance to the like first 10 or so chapters, or maybe even like all of them. But I mean, once you hit the double digits chapter count, it kind of starts to maybe hint that there might be like more of like a plot as they introduce more and more characters.
It's kind of like a magical slice of life, and the art is like really good. It kind of reminds me of a mix between Boku no Hero Academy, and I get a little bit of vibes of Splatoon there. I don't know, like all the girls are really attractive. It's pretty good.
For me, it felt like that the three thoughts get isekai'd, which I think we did a manga minute on.
Yes, we did. Yes, that's I think it's trapped in the past with a smartphone.
I forgot what it's called, but I know it's a Moe Panda scanlation. I just had that video recommended to me today.
Our video?
Yeah.
That's excellent.
I've been getting a lot of them in this past like week.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear.
And even though like all the thumbnails are completely different, they still like I see it and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then I think, oh shoot, that's one of ours. I don't want to watch that.
That's hilarious. Can you think of any that you thought were cool?
I mean, it's just all of them. They don't even have a standard or a style.
Thought Patrol, Gyaru Tensai, Isekai. That's a great one. All right.
I did notice though that the art style also it's a little bit ecchi. Like I'm not like a huge ecchi kind of dude, but
pervert.
I don't know. It seems a little bit excessive, but it's probably normal.
Yeah, I would say it definitely has some ecchi qualities, just because the main girls are drawn attractive.
Well, I mean, there's even parts where it's like she's stripping down or whatever. It's not like a big deal. In fact, I would say even like Nagatoro is more sexualized, even if this one shows more skin. So it's not like it's not enough to be classified as ecchi, but I just didn't expect it going in.
Yeah, so I'm looking at one of the covers now, and the Snow Girl sitting in a crop top with her pants coming down, drinking a bottle of water. Yeah, so yeah. That's a great drawing. But, yeah, so like you said,
that's a really good drawing.
Between,
I really like it.
It's really good. Yeah. The distinction between having it be sexualized and just ecchi, yeah, it's just sure. There's no romance in this. It's all comedy. So, and they're all girls too. So if you're into that,
I think it's kind of boring, kind of like one note, but I think the art really does carry it. And it's not just like the character designs or whatever, or how they are drawn.
I would agree.
But even like some of the reactions are pretty cute and stuff. There was one scene where her head gets like knocked off, which actually happens a few times. But like her decapitated head flying through like the air is reflected in the little girl's eyes, and like she just has like a really funny reaction to the whole thing, like the look on her face.
There's a couple panels that you could really find some reaction images to, which is always a sign of a good manga. Yeah. In fact, she's walking around without her head too, And then the little girl draws like a family photo, and she draws the Yuki Onna without a head because that's what she was like all day.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun cutesy thing, and like you said, the plot's kind of, it's not really a plot, it's just kind of shenanigans, but the art and kind of the atmosphere carry it.
I think it might develop one though.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, like you mentioned, there are new characters introduced, and there's I believe this girl's a vampire that's coming up.
Yeah, exactly. So like non-human characters to where, I don't know. I think that they might go somewhere with like some deepest lore kind of stuff to a degree. Not like super deep, but enough, I think, to make it more compelling. Since we normally forget this part, I will be sure to include it and say that this is scanlated by a guy who goes by Steffortless. It's like effortless, but with the ST in front of it. I assume his real name is Steph.
Well, his username is Steph, S-T-E-F, so it's Steffortless. I guess is like his... Okay, I don't know if that's a real name, but he translates it from Korean, so maybe that's a Korean name.
I had that in my notes, and somehow I forgot about it. But that was the question. It says KRTL question mark as Korean translation. I don't remember why I thought that. I think I know why. Because there's Japanese that gets left in there and not translated. So there was some other tip. Maybe I saw like a Korean character or something. I really don't remember what tipped me off to where I had Korean written down.
It turned into smut and cuckoldry. That's how you know it's from Korea.
Yeah. He was eating a dog. See, it's okay, because the Japanese are more racist against Koreans than we could ever possibly dream of being. So we can make a couple jokes like that, because it's all in good fun. If you are a Korean, don't take it personally.
Look at me, everybody. I'm going to say the N-word. No, you can't say the N-word. That's racist. Don't worry, Mrs. Obama. I've saved you.
Before we meme too deep off of this topic, I did want to say what's interesting is that the guy advertises his Twitch page, which is like I've never seen a scan leader advertise a Twitch account, and I looked at it, and you might think that he like streams him translating. No, he streams like Call of Duty or what's the famous shooter with the terrorists and the counter-terrorists?
Counter-Strike.
Halo 2, yeah. So
Fortnite.
He does game streaming. Yep.
Well,
Fortnite.
that's what people do on Twitch for the most part. But yeah, we should do some type of streaming sometime.
Well, yeah, but I mean he's advertising streaming through manga, and you would think it would be streaming about manga. Mm-hmm. That would be like if this podcast were about like video games or cars or something, and I still link it in the manga. It's like whatever. It's just
most people who like anime also like video games.
True.
I think there's a big overlap in demographics.
Oh yeah, like 100%.
I can see it. I think I can feel it would, because like I'll sometimes just advertise I'll be on another forum and be like, oh, you do you like that? I also do a YouTube channel about anime. You should check that out. Maybe you'd like that. It's like, sir, this is a cancer support group. What are you doing? Like,
yeah, this is Anime Anonymous.
So I recommend this manga if you like a lighthearted comedy with some attractive,
cute art,
women in it. Yeah, cute. It's art. I like the thick lines that they do. It's more cartoony and more rounded. With like 2 C's. Well, the vampire is kind of thick with 2 C's, but the art style has a brush pen. Really, I remember. I'm picturing her as a loli. I think she switches in and out. Maybe I'm thinking of another character, but yeah, she did seem lowly. She did seem very high tier. I liked that because there's one scene where she is just sitting around in her underwear. Just because she was in her underwear and a cape. Yeah, it was like black lingerie with like designs and stuff. So I was like, yeah, that's probably where you got the Eche vibe from. Oh, I mean, I got it from before that, but that as well. Yeah, yeah, I kind of like it. I won't read more, but I wouldn't be opposed to it, Speaking of cool designs, I linked you this video the other day, and I can't find the original one, where what it does is it real-time renders your face into like a 3D anime character. I've only seen it when they transfer the person into girls. So I sent you one where there was this...
That's all that's available.
Weeb that was just talking, and he was turning into an anime girl, and it's all procedurally. And then the famous one is the one where he uses the software and then faps and then records and like looks at the girl of his facial expressions while he's fapping and then faps to that.
No.
Yeah. And it's really disturbing because he linked the video of the girl, not of him, but of the girl's expressions, and it's fun to watch. It's funny. But what I wanted to do...
Wow, I do want to see that, but that sounds terrible.
I'll find it for you. Maybe I'll put it in the show notes.
It's like a morbid curiosity that I have for that. That's messed up.
I had like 50 replies. It was people are like, what? But I kind of think that would be awesome to do for the podcast. So if anybody remembers what that software is, maybe I could set that up. That would be awesome. Yeah,
okay. It's probably like commercial, it's probably a tech demo.
If somebody can get it and use it to jerk off, like, I'm pretty sure we can get it.
It's the researchers. It's the developers themselves.
Probably.
How better to demonstrate your software? That's the number one use case.
I have been looking for something to make the podcast videos more interactive rather than just throwing anime on top of it. So maybe we can do that in the clips things. That's been on my backlog for a while, and I'm slowly working into that.
I mean, you just do it like a classic. You could have like Leak Spin playing in the background.
That's true.
Interactive, right?
When you said Leak Spin, I thought Meat Spin.
No. I'm talking about anime.
Well, I just wanted to say I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Actually, you might hear us again before New Year's, so who knows? But I hope everybody had an awesome holiday and you got your time off from school or work. So I'd like to give thanks to just everybody who's listening, all the passengers. We're all just a good group of friend simulators. So thanks again, and we'll see you next year.
Well, hold on. We gotta do the thing. We gotta say, if you want to read manga whenever I upload it, maybe I'll be more consistent in 2019 again. Mangadex.com. Hit us up on the social medias. The YouTubes, the Twitters, the Gab.com, because it's .com.
So I've been reading out the URLs, but wherever you're listening to this, it's also in the description with links. So you can click that. That's way easier than me saying the -flight-plan. You'll be able to find that there. And there's also that link to support us if you want to buy Christmas presents for all your loved ones. You can do it through that link, and it gives us 1% of whatever.
This is coming out at earliest Christmas Day itself. If you want to buy Christmas presents for next year.
Well, maybe you want to get next year. Yeah.
But until then.
I think it's time we crash this sleigh.
I was going to say that. With no reindeer?
With no reindeers? Yeah. Sorry, there has to be a present in the wreckage. Why would he wrap a present and then throw it out the window? Like
Perhaps he's wondering why you would wrap a present before opening it. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Because it is weird, like especially nowadays when everyone buys stuff online. It's like it comes shipped to you in a box. So then you wrap it up. Just open the box. That's unwrapping it, right? That counts.
Well, you unwrap it from the Amazon box and then wrap it in another box.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah, so it's...
How quirky.
Who knows?
People. Humans and their quirky habits. Customs. That's the word.
Well, it's time to crash the sleigh with no survivors.
With no reindeer. No surviving reindeers.
Drink some hot cocoa by the fireplace. Santa's on the way. Come and spread some cheer for the holiday. Whoa, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday. Santa's working overtime. some cheer for the holiday. Oh, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday, happy holiday. Giving gifts, I'm checking on that list, huh? Under the mistletoe, you bet I'm gonna kiss ya. Gonna throw some snowballs and then we'll miss ya. Gonna skirt and hit the sleigh like I'm St. Nicholas. Get your stockings out, cause it's Litmas. Getting hype for Hanukkah and Kwanzaa too. Yeah, Santa's real, I know this for sure. Just a minute, I'll ban you from my Minecraft server. You're getting cold, bro. Get festive, get jolly.